What's up, y'all? Welcome to Like a Glove, and we back. It's GP, and I got another guest today. It's a good one. As usual, I got my boy, BJ Shaw.
What's up, y'all? I'm BJ Shaw. Been locked in with this dude since before diapers, for real, man. We're tied in. If you know, you know.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
happy to be on here. Appreciate you for having me.
Yeah,
bro.
man, you already know.
For sure.
We already know. We gotta let people know though, like, man, how you were supposed to be here.
Hey, we talked about this for a long time, for sure. So
you got a big part to do with this, man.
Hey,
we had a whole conversation on the rooftop about this.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely,
it's really cool to have you here now.
Yes, sir.
And just and we doing it, man.
Yes, sir.
We
yes,
doing
sir.
it.
Appreciate you having me.
But yeah, man, you already know what it is. We here for you, man.
Let's get it.
So like, tell the people who you are, man.
Yeah, I'm BJ. Most people would, probably know me from my dad, Brian Shaw, just like your dad.
Yeah.
Basketball player from Oakland, California. Made it to the NBA, had a successful, long career.
Yes, sir.
A lot of winning in
Right.
that career.
Yeah.
Both on the playing side and on the coaching side. I would say, everything kind of about that, I'm literally BJ, Brian Jr., so, in many ways.
Two juniors, dog. It's a superpower, dog.
Yeah, come on. We one in the same. Yeah. We one in the same. 100%, you already know.
100%. So, obviously everybody expecting us to be like, oh, it's basketball, everything, all day. Yeah. But like, let the people know, like, what are you into other sports? What's your interest?
I would say growing up, I was just into sports in general. Basketball was definitely one that, as you can relate, was
the prominent one.
Yeah, you better play basketball.
Yeah, that's the main one.
But I love basketball though. I'm not gonna lie about that. It was, I had a deep love for basketball, but I loved other stuff. I grew up playing baseball and skateboarding and just doing all kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I played soccer one year, ran track, flag football.
You played soccer, bro?
I played soccer one year, yeah.
So that means your footwork probably nice on the court. Did it translate, or did you not play long enough?
I mean, I think it in some way translated.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think that soccer helped me in basketball as much as basketball helped me in soccer.
Oh, really? Yeah. The reverse effect.
Because I played in 8th grade, so I was already like...
Okay, so wait, I got to ask that. So when you say that, in what way did it like translate the other way to soccer, from basketball to soccer? Because I never heard that.
Okay, so like if I had to use an example, like when you get the ball in basketball, you're trying to drive by somebody, like number one, like you have a lane that you already see, and or whatever, or you see somebody that you could pass to, and kind of like before you even make that, if you got a defender on you, like to get by them, you're gonna probably drive by and try to get right at their hip and get past them. But
right.
Essentially
the same position
as
basketball. Yeah, getting them on your hip, beating your defender.
Exactly.
That's true.
Exactly.
Seeing those steps before it actually happened.
Exactly.
The visualization.
And I felt I was more athletic than everybody, so I was just kicking the ball and running past them.
Hey, I didn't know that you played soccer.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, 1 year of soccer.
Wow.
For sure.
That's tight.
Other than that, I'm big into fishing. That's probably my favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
Golf is my new obsession.
I know.
So yeah, all sports.
Hey, I still gotta come out with you on the golf. I ain't got on the golf tip yet, but we gotta do that. Do you know that when we went fishing that one time with your dad, that was my first time going like that.
For sure.
I remember going like on a school trip and we like fished off like the bridge or something like that by a museum, but it wasn't nothing like when I went with you guys.
Yeah.
With your dad. Shout out to B Shaw. I appreciate you.
Shout
man.
out Pops.
That's still one of my fond memories, man.
For sure.
I learned so much about it too.
Yeah.
So that's so crazy, dog. That's time be flying.
Many years ago. This is
years
what,
ago. We was kids.
Shit, I had to be like
we was kids. I can't remember.
At least 10 years ago.
Yeah.
At least 10 years ago. 10, 12 years ago.
Yeah. So fishing, you already said golf. Now to go back to just the basketball thing, like obviously, like I said, by default, people are expecting us to play basketball. Like, oh, your dad's who he is. Just,
Yeah.
You should play basketball. That's the
Right.
assumption, right? But for you personally, what made you fall in love with it? Do you feel like?
I mean, you know, just naturally, I feel like if you have a good father, like every kid wants to be just like their dad.
Yeah.
And you know, like I just was very, whatever he did, I was already named after him. So like, you know, and I look like him, so off rip, like whatever I do kind of has to be, you know.
That's what it feel like, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But yeah, I wanted to do whatever he did. So, you know, he went to work and played basketball. I would play basketball. Obviously going to school, playing on the school teams. I was, you know, doing that.
Yeah.
We ended up going to the same high school too, so that was even more like,
bro, I didn't know that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bro, what? How was that? How was that? That's
cool.
Tight, bro.
Yeah,
it was like some legacy stuff for real.
It was cool because, like, kind of how I was in basketball, like I was more of a late bloomer, I would say. My dad was kind of the same thing. Like he wasn't. I wouldn't say he was a real star in high school. So it's not like he had, you know, hella records, you know, at the school or whatever.
Just a solid player though.
Yeah, good player. He won a state championship, and you know, just had a good legacy there. Going to the league from there. There's not too many players that did that.
And which high school did you guys go to?
Bishop O'Dowd.
Bishop O'Dowd.
Yeah, Bishop O'Dowd.
Shout out to Bishop O'Dowd.
Shout out all the Dragons.
Yeah.
Shout out Coach Lou as well.
There
Coach
you
Lou.
go. Shout out Coach Lou.
Yeah, he was trying to get me. So when my dad was coaching in Denver, like we were talking about earlier, that was my freshman, sophomore year of high school. And obviously, like I had to live with, you know, my family. And, you know, Coach Lou, he's still the coach at O'Dowd right now. He was always trying to convince my parents to let me, you know, stay with my grandma and go to O'Dowd since a freshman.
Yeah.
And they would just never let me do it. But, you know, God works in mysterious ways. So, like,
man,
junior year, bro, my dad, him and the Nuggets parted ways. And
it worked
out. It worked out perfectly. I got to go to O'Dowd my last 2 years of high school, which I feel like was the moment my life kind of just
changed,
took off.
Yeah, that's crazy to think about. Yeah. And okay, man. So you say took off, like in what way? In what way did that change the trajectory of what you was already doing?
I felt like I was kind of just becoming myself, like my own person. My whole life I was compared to him, and are you gonna do this? Are you gonna be good like him? Are you good as him or whatever?
Right.
And like I felt like that was the moment where I had to like really face the reality of it. Like either I'm gonna do it or I'm not.
Not gonna do it, yeah.
And you know, either choice was fine to me. I felt like, you know, I wanted to play basketball. I definitely wanted to play D1.
Yeah.
Wanted to go to NBA like every kid.
Yeah.
But,
especially with our dad doing it at the highest level like they did.
And winning and just having good careers.
Hey, Pops is winning.
Man, like
it's winning. Yeah.
It almost felt like, damn, like you gotta make it. Like,
that's what it feels like.
You gotta
I don't think a lot of people know that too. Like it's just, that's what it feels like. It feels like, man, I gotta fill these shoes.
Have to.
Yeah. And I think that's a natural thing for us. You just feel, not that we have to, but it does feel that way because they did what they did to the best of their abilities.
Naturally, as a junior, you just like
and then we look like them, and then it's the name, and it's just like
right. So what did you like? Let me ask you, like, what was your thing that made you more like comfortable with that?
With just that whole thing, I'm not even gonna lie. I still be working through it today.
Yeah.
You know, in certain situations,
absolutely.
But like you said, I think when you just around your people, and you know, I think it was a lot different for me too because I didn't grow up with my dad.
Yeah.
So like being not in the same household as him.
Yeah.
It was kind of different. You know, I feel like I had like a half of the people that was just like, oh, you GP dad, and then you know you got half of the people that really don't it don't bother them. You know what I mean?
Right.
But for me, I think it just got to the point where I was just like, okay, this is the reality.
Right.
Like this is what it is. Like
for sure.
I like you just said, I'm I look like them. I know I got the name and everything, but I'm me.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
Right.
then obviously I separated myself doing other things. Like I'm in the art. You know, like I do art and all of that stuff. So it's a lot different from what Pops and them do.
Right.
But I also play ball because I got that love for it just naturally.
Right.
So like you said, I think just going throughout, you know, high school and getting to that point where you like, okay, this is me. Like,
Right.
you know,
Figuring it
I'm
out.
still, you know, dad's definitely a part of me. But, you know, defining myself is just like, okay, I'm comfortable with not having to feel like I got to fill those shoes.
Yeah. That was a big thing. Like, for me, it was just like me talking to him about that and like,
yeah, how was that?
I mean, just him being like, you know, regardless of what you do, like, I'm proud of you. Like, you don't have to play basketball if you don't really love it. Like,
And what did that do for you?
I mean, that made me really step back and question, like, damn, do I really love it? Like,
but that's what you needed though too in a way. Yeah, because it helped you define.
I'm sure your pops was like, man, when I was young back in my day, like, that
you
whole
already
talk,
know.
like, man, I was outside every day.
Every
like,
day.
not a day went by where
I wasn't hooping.
and like I believe it. Like,
Yeah,
and
I
I hear
believe
you, but
Yeah.
like, you know, just especially looking back at it, like, it was days where I was like, no,
don't
fuck
wanna
that.
hoop today.
I ain't hooping. I'm not hooping.
That's
bro.
real rap though.
I'm
and that's not
fucking-
even like you didn't love it. It's just like
it just wasn't happening, bro. Like, but I would say I didn't really realize shit was getting real until like it was kind of too late for real.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that my situation went the way that it did, because like I feel like I'm a happy person. I'm happy with my decisions. I don't feel like anything was forced or
I love that, bro.
you know, like, shit, I'm just out here trying to figure it out now too. Like,
yeah.
but I'm so happy that I don't have the stress of basketball.
Man.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
going
Because that's
on.
like I don't know, you kind of in a way, because it's basketball and again our dads are who they are.
Right.
It feel like that elephant in the room.
Yeah.
Like you can't not address it.
Always.
So like
Always.
And I wanted to ask you that because I played in high school. I mean, I wasn't highly touted or anything. I was small, bro. So, you know, I ain't get a lot of burn like that. Could definitely play, but it was definitely a lot of politics around it. You know, with Pops being who he... And then again, we look like him, same name. The
Right.
expectations are there.
Right.
Like, just naturally. They like, I'm expecting you to produce like your father.
Right.
In some way.
Right.
In some way. So, with you,
Yeah.
junior year, senior year, going into college...
Yeah.
How was that? Like, how did you mentally, or was it after you had that conversation with your dad, you was already kind of like free from that, feeling like, man, I gotta show up this way because dad did it the way he did?
I mean, it was my junior, senior year. Well, that's why I always give a shout out to Coach Lou, because he was very, like, I grew up under Coach Lou, you know, he was always a coach at O'Dowd, so I was going to the summer league workouts and whatever. So he knew. It's not like he's just a stranger that I was going to play for.
Yeah.
You know, he knew my dad, grew up with my parents, and that kind of thing.
Man,
so like
that means a lot.
Yeah. So he wanted me to win for real, I feel like, and you know, during the time, I'm like, man, Coach Lou be tripping.
Yeah,
like, he be tripping. I laugh with my friends about this today, like, but he was really preparing me for like the next step in college coaches and just like the nonsense that comes with that.
They come with it, yeah.
And you know, so I didn't really feel like it was too much. Like he tried to pressure me himself. I feel like, to kind of get me ready for the rest of the world pressure.
Yeah.
And
That's the important.
Yeah,
that's
it was
the
huge.
important stuff.
It was
there.
huge.
Yeah. Shout out to Coach again, man.
Yeah, shout out Coach Lou, man. Shout out Coach
Lou. We love that. We love that. Okay. So, before we move on, I do have another question. How did you going to Cal happen?
Davis?
Yeah.
UC Davis? Yeah. So I went to prep school after high school for a year because I didn't have you know, the offers I wanted or whatever situations I wanted out of high school. So I went to prep school for a year, ended up getting a few offers, but, you know, my school was on the East Coast.
Okay.
I was like, I'm not I was 1 year out there. I was like, I've lived in Indiana. I've lived Colorado. So I've lived in places where it gets cold, but like
different.
I'm like, I'm never ever gonna.
You made that decision.
Yeah, I will never live out here ever.
Yeah.
And so I was like, man. So and it was East Coast schools offering me.
Okay.
So I was like,
it's looking bleak.
And it was getting towards the end of the year, so I'm like, I got to make a decision, like you know. And man, I was like, as soon as a couple West Coast schools start off, like I'm committing to whoever, like. So
he said weather was the decision. Huh?
It was absolutely decision. But well, all along I always wanted to go to UC Santa Barbara where my dad went.
Man.
Go figure.
I know. See?
And they were in the Big West. So my first like West Coast offer for real was UC Riverside.
Okay.
And they were in the Big West. And I was like, okay, like I'm like, let's do it. Like,
let's get it. Yeah.
And so there was a kind of a little situation. I think they had some players come back, or I don't know what it was. It was a situation.
Always something like that.
And I had a coach at Davis went to Old Dowd as well. And we talked one game, and he was like, yeah, like we could, we're looking for this. And I was like, oh, well, I'm.
So stuff just was aligning.
Yeah, it aligned well. It aligned well, but it didn't. I would say that was the end. I was going to
ask you, how was playing?
That was the end of the aligning.
He said we stopped there. Wait, okay. Question, but how long did you actually play for UC Davis?
So I was there 4 years. I was there 4 years. Came in freshman year.
Okay.
Redshirted. We had a team of a lot of seniors, and we were supposed to be, on paper, we were the best team in the Big West, but we end up having
your face said all.
I don't want to speak on it too much.
No, you
ain't
got to,
I really got love for the players.
I hear you.
That was my seniors.
That's good.
Like, I still talk to a lot of them to this day, but that was one of the worst years of basketball I've ever been a part of. Just in terms of bro, like the coaches, like the energy, like the seniors versus it was just all bad. And like, that's another story for another day. My relationship with the coaching staff.
We'll talk about it. We'll get to it.
But man, so redshirted. Then the next year, like barely played my redshirt freshman year. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. Yeah. So then next year comes, and I'm like, okay, starting to play a little bit more. No. My redshirt freshman year was the end of that year was the year COVID came.
Okay, COVID. Yeah.
So we're at
how was that during COVID?
Was that my? Yeah, that was my redshirt freshman year.
There you go.
And bro. It was. I don't even want to laugh about it.
Because you got me over here laughing. I don't even know what you're gonna say yet.
But it was a crazy time. Bro. Like
all the memories is flooding back, huh?
Bro, we're at the conference tournament. Like literally about to play to go to the NCAA tournament.
Oh.
And they talking about, everybody's joking about Rudy Gobert touching the mics and doing everything, all of that. And like we making jokes about it, and then like next thing you know, like our coach, like, it's like, oh, someone else pops up with COVID, and then it's like, oh, and then it's like getting less funny. It's getting less and less funny.
It's not funny, but it's funny.
So, bro, by the time this was like a dinner the day before our game. We go to the arena the next morning for shoot around. Okay, we're in the locker room, and we're literally about to take the court for shoot around. And by this time, we'd already heard Pac-12 tournament canceled, WAC tournament canceled,
y'all
waiting. But we're like, and I honestly, like, I was like, obviously this shit gonna get canceled.
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
My coach is like, hopefully we.
Motivational speech.
I'm like, man, look,
it's not looking good.
It's not looking good. So we're literally about to take the court. It's like 8 minutes on the clock before we can step onto the court.
Yeah, the little timer. Yeah.
Our coaches walk out, come back in, like, man, I'm sorry to tell you guys, like, they just canceled the tournament, like, COVID, this and that. Like, all the seniors start crying, like you know.
Yeah,
and it's their last year, and I feel for him. I feel for him.
Yeah.
I feel for him for sure.
Yeah.
But like I'm a redshirt freshman, like me, all my friends, we like, all right, like when are we flying? Like when are we going?
When we going back?
Yeah, when we going back? Because we trying to get back to school and
Right.
party. We don't know how serious it is.
Yeah, I feel you. Like we ain't gotta be here though while we here longer than what we need. If we not gonna play, that's what we here for,
bro.
Yeah.
It was. I feel like we came back to school. Everybody went home.
Mm-hmm.
Then it was just like 9 months of just being at home.
It's crazy because you just said it and it put everything in perspective again because we was really in the crib for 9 months.
9 months.
That's wild.
And I'm not gonna lie, like I had a great pandemic.
Yeah.
Like I had a lot. I love to fish and golf. Like I was telling you, I wasn't really into golf at this time, yet, but fishing for sure. And like, man, it wasn't nothing to do. Like I'm in online classes. Like you know, I'm going to my classes, but like, you know, I just got free time, whatever. Like, man, I'm going fishing every day. Like, every other day. Like, just living life. Like, I feel like that was I was able to be with my family all the time and just chill.
That's valuable time.
Yeah, it was cool.
And that's valuable time. That's crazy. Man, going through COVID, like that is wild.
But the bounce back from COVID was cool though. Like it was a nice ramp up.
Okay.
Like, because I was pissed at first because I was like, damn, this is cool. I'm at home. I got all this time, but am I going to miss my college experience?
Yeah.
So then the next year comes, they're trying to bring everybody back, and it's like they can't do it, whatever. So we're on online classes. We don't play, or we play the season, and it's only like, it's no fans.
Yeah. Was that weird?
That was weird.
Because that's weird. I don't even know what that would feel like.
It's weird, but it's like really basketball.
And you got to hoop.
Yeah, you got to hoop. Because I'm on some like, man.
Like that bubble.
Who here? Like, you know, I'm in the warm-ups. I'm looking through the crowd.
Yeah.
Like, for sure.
Yeah, no, 100%. This is you and the team.
Yeah, for sure. But by the time I hit senior year, we were back in full swing school. Like, everybody on campus, everybody at just games, like parties again, everything back.
Right,
like, no masks, like, you know, it was good.
That's crazy. Yeah. Dude, you giving a perspective I would have never known, dog. Man. Because that's wild.
COVID was crazy.
COVID is crazy. Crazy is crazy. Yeah. So, you know, both you and I have been around a lot of basketball.
For sure.
We watch, you would say you watch a lot of basketball, right?
A good amount. A good amount here and there.
Right.
Here and there.
So, you know, with that being said, like, you got any, like, favorite sports memories, whether it be for yourself or, you know, NBA?
Any sports memories?
Yeah. Any sports memories you feel like stick out for you that you was like, man, that's a crazy moment to be a part of. Like I said, whether it's your life or shoot something you've seen being at a game.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, definitely like being on the court after a Game 7 finals, like you know, when the Lakers beat the Celtics.
Yeah. How was that?
Man, that was crazy. I'm on there with my on the court with my going under the rope and shit. I'm young at this time, so I'm not really like, I'm probably 10 or 11, so I'm not really.
That's what you said. That's what you said.
I'm sure. I think me and Bianca had on Heelys, and we're probably heeling on the court,
skating around on the
doing
court,
some crazy shit.
That's so dope.
We're in the locker room, like with the ski goggles on.
Shout out to Sis too.
Shout out Sis. Shout out Sis.
You gonna be on here, so get ready.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good one.
That's gonna be a great one for sure. Yeah, so Heelys and champagne.
Yeah, and champagne, but we just running around, not really realizing, you know,
what was the magnitude?
The magnitude of the situation.
Yeah. But you was kids, so you know. But okay, so as you got older, though, did it start to become like, man, this is dope. Like, I'm really a part of this history.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It was like I started to realize, like, my dad was never a superstar or anything like that. And he'll be the first to admit that. Like, I was a role player and I did my part.
Yeah.
And like,
But he was very good at it.
Yeah, I was good at it, and I set records doing this, but I won
and played with some great players,
some great people for sure. So
you got to experience Kobe, bro. A lot of people can't say that.
Facts.
Yeah,
and that's another one of my like favorite sports memories. It was a game on my birthday, April 30th.
Yeah,
they were playing the Suns, and I don't know if you remember Kobe had a game.
Do I remember? And then he pulled that thing. Yeah. Showing the heart.
Yeah.
What?
That was on my birthday. That's one of the
coldest memories. That was on your birthday.
That was on my birthday, and I was probably, I don't know how old I was.
And you was at the game.
I was at the game. I was probably like 8, somewhere between 8 and 12, and I cried.
Yeah.
I cried when he made that shot, bro. Like I was like. I was for real, like die hard.
If you have not seen that, I don't know if we're gonna do like a floating clip right here, so of just that moment. So when he pulled, he hit that shot. Yeah. But go look it up if you haven't, or we're gonna put it right here. But
please,
yes, that dang. So you got to be there for that.
Yeah,
that is tough. That's a tough moment to be a part of.
Yeah, bro.
Like what you got to see that.
A lot of greatness.
Yeah. So obviously, like you said, Healy and running around and. Being in the back, and being in the locker room, because I remember the few times I was able to go to the locker room, and it was always mind blowing to me, But I didn't go all the time, obviously, right? So for you, I'm pretty sure you was probably in the locker room a nice amount of time, sometime, So like, how was that? Just being able to be in that, because you with these players that's your dad's teammates and they professionals, the best in the world, per se. So how is that, just being in that presence of
I mean, it's dope. It's dope. I didn't really start going in there until I was probably when my dad became head coach.
Oh, okay.
And you get different security clearances when you
do
when you rank up like that.
right.
But so now I was in the locker room during then. It was just cool to see, like, like you said, professionals just in their setting, but in a private setting within the setting.
In the setting, setting within the setting, right?
So like I heard some uncut stuff, or like some.
You got the full experience.
Yeah, exactly. Like I done also been like now, I done been in the locker room with like the coaches, the Clippers coaches when they win and when they lose. And it's it's very.
It could go either way.
Oh my God, it's very different. Last night they got whooped by the Hawks, and
I know, that's why I text you like, bro, what's going on?
Man, it was an ugly one. We were shorthanded, but it was still an ugly one. But man, I was like, my dad was probably in the back for probably an hour and 15 after the game.
Yeah.
And he's usually out within 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, they having a coaches meeting doing some like.
Oh yeah.
But man, it was just one of them ones. Like,
one of them ones.
Bro.
That's crazy. Freaking. I can't imagine your pops. I can't imagine him like screaming or anything. Because, I know I'm on the level of him always being real cool and collected.
I wouldn't say he screams much.
So how does he do? Like, how does he coach? Because I don't never, even when I watch him on the sideline, he's still composed.
Yeah.
Like,
that's his thing for sure.
Yeah.
He's very calm and collected. I don't even think, my mom and I joke a lot because like, I don't even think he can scream.
Yeah.
Like, it's
that's
it's a quiet yell.
That's so funny.
It's like your dad can scream,
dude.
Like,
dude,
your dad is loud as hell.
Look, and he knows. He knows. He can vouch. Yeah, he naturally. Yeah, but yeah. So yes, complete. I think that's why they balance each other out.
Yeah, for sure. Opposites for sure.
Opposites for sure.
Yeah.
So are you and Pops ever competitive with anything?
Yeah.
Not your other?
What?
Yeah, like with what? Like what?
What? Like that's one of the only people that could really beat me in something. Like up until I was probably like 13, 14 times, like he was the only person that could really beat me in something, and like I'll cry, like, out of rage, like
it's Pops, man.
Yeah, I'm like, but not try to cry though. Like I never fought tears so hard. Like we'll play horse or sevens or something.
Yep.
And like he got a burner still, so he'll beat me, and I'm like, I'm like, I go to the bathroom or something and like
Bro,
rage.
Please tell me what you was doing in the bathroom, bro.
I'm like, man, all kind of shit. Like, crying, trying to wipe my tears so it looked like I wasn't in there crying.
Right.
Like, but man, yeah, we super competitive.
I love that.
Our new thing is golf.
Okay.
So like I play a little more often than him, so I'm a little better, I would say.
Yeah.
But man,
I know that make him go harder though when he can.
Oh yeah,
he got the time. Yeah, he take that time. Yeah,
we get competitive.
Fishing. I gotta go. I'm definitely gonna slide on one.
For sure, bro.
Fishing.
How
y'all get competitive with fishing? Like is it catching a bigger fish, or
sorta? I wouldn't really say we're as competitive when it comes to fishing. Like we work together more.
Yeah, because it's definitely more relaxing.
Yeah. It's more
That's
relaxing.
a vibe. Yeah. It's a vibe.
And we try to keep it vibey.
Yeah, I love that.
And less competitive.
Yeah. I feel that.
But like, if my dad catching all the fish and I'm not catching nothing, like he gonna say something like
he like, is it a day for you or something?
I feel like the shit talking is in it's just in their genetics. Like
all that.
My dad, your dad, like I don't if you said I give you $100 to not talk shit at all. Don't say anything like for this whole game. No. Hell no. Absolutely.
It would be up the price. You think?
I mean, yeah. We talking real money. Yeah. We talking real money. Yeah. But that's what gets them going. I feel like.
Okay. So on a personal level, obviously, I've heard your dad talking shit. But like on the court, did he talk a lot, dog? Because I know, obviously, Pop, my pops.
Yeah.
We already know what's up.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he was on that level.
Okay.
But yeah, I think he talked a little shit. He was no sucker. So
of
like,
course.
if you talk to him,
he gonna let you know.
But I wouldn't say he wasn't GP, big GP. Yeah, he wasn't.
Hey, wait, I got a question though. Do you know of any stories of dad and my pops and your pops on the court? Because they played against each other too.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if they had, because obviously they good friends, grew up and everything together. So I'm wondering, like, do you got any stories where they got into it? Not like obviously on the real get into it, but like on the court and you throwing shots and you like, because like your dad know what to expect from my dad on the court and vice versa.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if they ever got into it or if that I know of.
Yeah, like on some light stuff. Like just,
I don't know.
I wonder if they, I'm going to ask them. We got to ask them. But I'm curious that I know they got to have some stories like,
for sure. Yeah.
G was killing us or Shaw was killing us. And I was like, oh, hell no, I'm going to have to.
Yeah. I mean, I know they were doing in open runs and all kind of pro-am and all that. Like, just being back at home in the off season. So
them pro-ams.
It's got to be some stories with that.
Got to be. We're going to ask them. We're going to ask them. Yeah.
We got to do an episode with them.
What you think about that?
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
A double. That'd be hard.
That would be crazy.
That'd be hard. Yeah, we're going to make it happen then.
Yeah, something crazy.
We got to make it happen. A double?
Sure.
That'd be fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the people that don't know, like he said, you already said, Pops done won on both levels.
Yep.
Playing as a player and then coaching.
Yeah.
For you, knowing that your dad has been a part of these legendary teams, like, and even that three-peat that he was a part of, like for you, hindsight now, you being where you at now, like, what do you think about that? Like, just like that's legendary company, man.
Yeah.
And like I said earlier, playing with Kobe and who else, do you remember who else was on the obviously not every team. Was it the same team all throughout
it was
3
like
years?
Not the exact same.
Not the exact, right?
For the most part, like Kobe, Shaq, Rick Fox, Robert Ory, I want to say.
That's crazy.
Let me see.
That was stacked already. Like you can't even.
Derek Fisher.
D Fish was on there.
Yeah. Young D Fish.
Right. But when you think back on it now, like, do you be like, damn, Pops, three? Like,
no,
just...
it definitely took me getting older to like, because growing up, like, he had won when I didn't really remember it. So, like, that was just kind of regular.
Yeah.
Like, my dad's a champ. But, like, once I actually got to a point and realized, like, what it really takes. Like I
to
was
win a
like,
championship.
damn, like he won 3 in a row.
Yeah, dog. 3 in a row, crazy.
And then like 2 as a coach back to back.
Yeah.
And
what was the 2 with? Who was the 2 with?
that was Kobe, Powell, Andrew Bynum,
Yep.
D-Fish,
Squad.
Ron Artest,
Yeah.
Odom, Lamar Odom.
Yeah, that,
squad.
squads.
They had
Squad. And he was an
Jordan
assistant coach
Farmar.
on those 2 squads.
Yeah, he was assistant under Phil with them.
The Zen Master.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Did you meet Phil?
I did. I did.
How is he? Is he real Zen in person?
Yeah.
He
Quiet.
like that, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's like
and he a giant.
yeah, big
How
as
tall
hell.
is he, dog? He like 6'9"?
Yeah, he might be like 6'8".
Yeah.
6'7".
Because on
6'8".
TV he looked big, dog.
Yeah, he was huge.
Uh-huh.
I didn't see him much though. Like he just did. He was
Boys in the shadows.
yeah, like actually just creeping.
In
like,
the shadows.
I like Phil though. He was a cool guy.
Yeah. We like Phil, man. The Zen Master. So the 3-peat rings, have you tried any of those on? I mean, I asked that, and did you get your own?
No.
Like the family rings.
Nah, I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think the last one he won was probably like 2011 or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
So I was young.
Yeah, I
like,
forgot. See, I'm telling you, that's crazy to think about, dog.
Yeah.
Because I'm not even thinking about you being that young.
yeah. So
You know?
I didn't get no ring, but I definitely put them all on.
Yeah.
For sure, yeah.
I know now. I know you've tried them on now, and you're
Yeah.
like, yeah, this fit now.
Yeah. But I mean, he keep them like them his.
No,
like,
them
I don't.
his.
Yeah, I don't mess with that.
Well,
I
since
don't-
you've seen them, for you, out of all the ones, even coaching, which one the coldest one to you? That you was like, this one cold. Like
I mean, that's hard to say because it's like the
newer ones are.
Yeah, they get bigger and better.
Yeah,
like,
they do. But one of them, I mean, well, from you being young and experiencing, like you said, getting older, like I know one of them had to hit harder for you. Like this, the one that was like, this was with that team.
Yeah, there was
know?
one that my mom had she got I don't know if it was a ring or a copy or it was something, but she got it on a necklace.
Yeah, on the necklace, yeah. And it's the face of it, right?
Yeah.
Those is hard.
So that one hits hard. But just from seeing it a lot, she always would wear it to all the games and stuff.
Yeah.
But I would say after like the latest one,
Shout out moms. Yeah.
Shout out moms. I would say the latest one because it looked like the Staples Center.
Oh yeah, huh? Okay.
Yeah, it was clean.
Is that a drop top ring too, or they just start doing that?
No, I don't. I think
that
that's
one just had
that's some new. Yeah,
those is crazy.
Yeah, that's
that's insane. And G got one. G got him a little takeoff joint.
Man,
that's crazy.
That's crazy.
A little number inside.
That's crazy.
Name.
Bro.
That's crazy. Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's wild. We both have experienced just our dads being who they are in different ways, but in one and the same though, man.
Yeah,
and it's just really cool to just be here and sitting here and just because, bro, I did not know all of this.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't know all this, so you know. But let's get back to this. What's some of the biggest challenges do you feel like are facing like some of the athletes today with you just being on the other side of it now? You know, and just being in the background, your dad coaching now, you know.
What do I think like are the biggest challenges
for
like athletes
even
today?
Yeah. Like, do you think it was easier back then when obviously you were younger, but just from hearing your dad talk, like back then being a player or versus now players playing in the NBA? Like, do you feel like possibly like, oh, it was easier back then doing this, or it's harder now to do this as a player?
I feel like he would say it's harder. It was harder then. Like there's more avenues now to get recruited, and like we got social media and all that, which they didn't have. But like there's a lot more people playing, and like with it being more outlets and places to get recruited and show off, like there's just that many more people,
right?
So it's kind of a double-edged sword, like but the biggest challenge to athletes today, man, like it's a lot. How I don't know, man. Maybe social media.
Maybe I think that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
the
maybe
social aspect
media.
of it. Like, think about it. It's a microscope at all times.
Yeah.
So
And they so worried about that. Like, I mean, like, really, who am I to talk about this? Because I was once that kid. Like,
no, but this is the perk. That's what I'm saying. That's why you can talk about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you I mean, again, like you said, you see different sides of it, and you close to the game.
Yeah,
you close to the game. So,
for the most
and it's
part,
obviously it's your opinion. So you know, yeah.
But yeah, I would say that like all these kids, a lot of kids is worried about looking cooler and like just, you know, I want to do this just because so and so did it on Instagram. And I see them doing it. And like,
and now that off the court stuff come to on the court.
Exactly.
So it's one of those.
It's too much. It's too much. Like it's not just basketball, no. And then you got the parents,
right?
Like it's a lot. Bro.
It's so much.
It's a lot.
That's crazy.
It's a lot.
Oh man, I do. Just to draw it back to you, man. I do want to know, like, what are you up to now? What you got going, man? Is it anything that you want to share? You know, put out there. I mean, anything. You know, like what's up with you right now? Where you at? You not playing ball? You know,
not
like
playing ball.
So what you doing now?
I'm in my men's league era right now.
Yes, sir. men's league.
Yeah, men's league era. You know,
it's the go.
Fun basketball right there. Putting up numbers still though.
Let them know. Let them know.
But nah, I work. So I was with a tech company fresh out of college, which you would know about.
Yeah, of course.
Which is another story for
another day. Yeah, 100%.
But you know, did that for a little bit. Had a good time doing that. Then moved out here to LA, and I've just been working. My boy has a store out here, Showroom LA.
Yeah, let him know. Let him know. Yeah, plug
Showroom
that.
LA.
Yeah.
Check us out on Instagram or our website. But yeah, or YouTube as well.
Yeah,
YouTube as well.
There you go.
But we got the flyest shit. We got all the brands you could think of.
Yeah,
for real.
Yeah.
That's hot in the streets and in the fashion world. You know, we style a lot of athletes and entertainers. You know, it's kind of an exclusive shopping experience.
Yeah.
So my boy owns the store. You know, he's real good with that. He's, you know, very sharp and you know, thankful for the opportunity from him too.
Yeah.
But nah, that's been lit. You know, it's been fun. It's been something that I enjoy just because it allows me to kind of like express myself.
Yeah.
It also kind of like makes me hustle. Like, you know, it's ways, it's different lanes I could kind of make money doing different stuff.
Yeah.
Working there, and you know, like if you want it, you got to get it. So like,
yeah,
you either gonna do it, you gonna talk about it, or you gonna do it. So
that's true. You're right.
You know, and Mott's is a real, like, he's a real go getter. Like he's, you know, he's if he say he gonna do it, like he gonna do it. So you know, I've definitely had a good time doing this.
Yeah, shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out
to him.
Shout out Showroom. The whole team.
Yeah, shout out to the whole team.
It's only 5 of us.
I gotta come through and see y'all, man. I gotta come through. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely slide through. Definitely slide through.
For sure.
Well, man, I appreciate you, dog.
Yeah.
This was a pleasure, bro.
Hey,
like, you don't understand, man.
Always. I'm
bro.
glad we got to do it because we were talking about this.
Yeah, like legit on the rooftop.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we was looking at each other like, yo, we got something. Like, this could be cool.
Yeah.
So,
had meetings and everything.
Yeah.
So like, you think we lying? I could pull up the notes and show y'all
for sure. And hey, and this ain't the first time, so we about to
shout out Dorian.
Shout out Dorian. Yeah, shout out D for
shout out Dorian because
we got. Have you talked to him?
I have not.
I gotta hit him. I'm gonna tap in. But yeah. But man. Yeah, we gonna do this again for sure. Yeah, like I said, it's nothing.
I can't wait.
So appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
I feel like it was solid, dog. You did your thing.
My dog.
You feel me? Y'all, like a glove. Appreciate y'all checking us out. We out of here. GP.
BJ.
We gone.
Appreciate y'all.
Peace.